Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Super Tease video. And the pre-release for The War Within is just 1 day away. And in today's video, I wanted to cover my launch prep for the expansion. A huge amount of things that you want to make sure that you're doing so that you don't miss out on some major opportunities that typically come with the release of a new expansion that are going to give you a leg up on the competition and a much smoother experience through the entire journey. So let's get started. The first thing that you are going to want to do when the servers come up is you are going to want to log into all of your alts. All of the characters that you're going to intend to play at some point in this expansion, log into each and every single one of them. And the main reason that you are doing this is so that they can accumulate rested XP, therefore accelerating your experience on them when you switch to them later, because, you know, the warband feature, account-wide systems, alts are going to be a major play factor here. Don't mess this one up. This is the one that I usually forget. That's why it's first on the list here, so do not mess this one up. Log in onto all of your characters as soon as the servers come up so they start getting some rested experience. The next major tip in your launch prep is going to be professions. This is something that I sometimes often overlook as a main kind of PvP player. I don't really spend a lot of my time with the profession window, but professions at the start of an expansion make you a ton of bank for pretty much no effort. There's a massive change happening in The War Within where cloth is now no longer going to just drop for you regardless if you have professions or not. You will need to have tailoring. So when you land in the Isle of Dorn, the first thing you're going to want to do when you get to the Kazalgar, the first major city, is get tailoring. And the main reason for this is that it'll guarantee that you get cloth drops from monsters. This is just passive income. We love passive income around here, right? Just free gold, looting the mobs, and you can sell that on the auction house very early on for a nice profit. Additionally, I would recommend that you pick up a gathering profession and just click the mining nodes, pick up some herbs, get some nostalgia from the original version of the game. Professions I think are a lot more lax than they were in previous games. You can pretty much just go to the Isle of Dorn, pick them up, and you can start interacting with them right away. You'll get XP as well, although it's not a huge amount. You shouldn't be, like, I think, mainly focusing on farming minerals for your XP, but it'll be a nice sort of bonus on top of that. So get your professions. I recommend gathering and tailoring for people who are lazy, like me, who don't really interact with the profession systems, who want to benefit from some early gold to make sure that they can maintain their alts, because it's going to be probably getting pretty expensive as the expansion goes on. The next major tip on my list is going to be empty your bags. This is a really basic one. I'm putting it off. I really don't want to do it. It's like doing the dishes. I don't know why they designed so many items in Dragonflight to not be vendorable, and they're also epic quality, so you have to type in delete for like a billion things. But I got to get on this because it just makes your life infinitely easier when you're questing and not having to constantly be like, oh, nope, the inventory got filled again. Got to click the window. And how much time are you wasting every single time that happens? You're just going to be really inefficient. And then, of course, on top of that, make sure that you clear your quest log. There's no reason to have that type of stuff bogging you down, slowing you down, and making the journey, you know, more annoying, really, right? You want it to be nice and smooth, really focused and immersed. So get this stuff out of the way today, or get it away before you intend to play, because it's definitely going to slow down your overall experience. Next major tip in my launch preparation is going to be get enchants. Now, this is something that might not be a big deal for a lot of players who have been playing actively, but if you're new and returning, or you just got some alts leveled up, the main enchants that you want to focus on are speed enchants. These ones go on your cloak, they go on your boots, and they go on your bracers. These enchants will make your character run faster. And what are you going to be doing a lot of? You're going to be doing a lot of running. Your character's doing a lot of cardio, and it's going to be where you're spending the majority of your time, is just walking monster to monster to monster, picking up loot. So you want to make sure that your character is moving the fastest that it can. There are also movement speed consumables as well that you can get on the auction house for very cheap prices. So if you're looking to level efficiently and get a lot of characters going before we get into the seasonal gameplay of The War Within, I would highly recommend that you at least make sure that your characters all have speed enchants and speed consumables, so that you are zooming through the experience and getting to the content that you most desire to get through, which is getting us to our next tip for launch prep for The War Within, which is going to be updating your add-ons. Now, some recommended add-ons for leveling, obviously the standard, the questy, the handy notes. Now, maybe you don't want to have any add-ons. You want to just kind of explore the world yourself. do unto you what you are going to do, but I would recommend that you make sure that you update them so that you can avoid getting a lot of Lua errors and a lot of pop-ups on your screen while you're playing through and constantly having to reload and get rid of them and refreshing it. Again, just trying to make the experience as smooth as possible, and make sure that you've got the right setup for you in order to succeed at the level that you want to succeed at. So just a kind of standard maintenance one within this one, but just update your add-ons. Moving into the next tip here for the War Within is going to be save delves until you are a higher level. Now, delves are a new feature, and if you're really excited for them, I'm not going to tell you to not do them when Brand Bronzebeard shows up and goes, let's go into a delve, right? If you want to do that, do that. But it is to my understanding that if you hold off on doing your delve quests, that they will give you more XP at higher level, and that the campaign itself of the War Within will not get you to max level. So it will require additional content on top of that. So you can do the side quests. This is probably going to be the fastest way to level 80. You can do all of the side quests in each zone with the campaign, saving the delves until a higher level, or you can mix in obviously some dungeon queuing or some battlegrounds. And obviously when you get to max level, the PvP vendors will be turned off for the pre-release. You won't be able to spend any honor. So it's not like you need to do a huge amount of BGs, but incorporating a little bit, maybe mixing up your journey. Again, the difference of getting to max level, doing this mixed journey is probably like an extra hour or something, but you get to do some fun stuff and see some of the content. So don't sit on this one for too long. This is just a kind of like a minor thing if you really want to min-max it. Maybe you just jump into delves on your first character the first time just to see it because you're really excited, you want to try it out. But then on your alts, you might want to leave them off because it's going to probably be the same delve experience for the alts. Save them until they're a bit higher so you can really maximize the amount of experience that you're getting from them, which is moving us into the next launch prep tip, which is going to be that alts get bonus XP. So don't split your time. Don't log on one character, get 3 levels, then log on to another character. That's going to be horribly inefficient. You want to be focusing on one character at a time because every character that you get to max level is going to put a buff on your account, which increases experience gains by 5%, and this can stack 5 times. So once you've leveled 5 characters to max level, all of your characters on your account will have 25% increased experience bonus, and if you followed the first tip, you'll have the rested XP on top of that. So it is really important that you focus on one character at a time if you want to maximize this experience bonus. Moving us into the next tip for the War Within, which is obviously farming the end game. And there is a lot of stuff that you can do, but there's also a lot of stuff that you can't do, which is why I wanted to point it out here. Main focus for PvEers is obviously going to be clearing normal dungeons. It's going to be clearing delves. Delves, honestly, are probably going to be rewarding you some nice kind of like pre-raid gear, but after the raid is out, you're going to be replacing it really quickly. So it depends on how much you want to sweat. If you really want to feel like you want to try and go for that pre-raid BIS, which is, I think, a fun experience for a lot of players on the PvE side of the community, then yes, you'll want to be doing the normal dungeons. You want to be doing the delves, pushing them as high as you can at this current item level in order to get those types of rewards. For PvP specifically, our season isn't going to be starting until September 10th. And in the first 3 days, there are no vendors available. So my recommendation is to make sure that you get 4,000 honor, because that's the cap for the pre-release. And then after the pre-release, you're going to have a completely unlocked honor. So go crazy on that at that point. Farm all of your honor, get all of your honor set ready to go. But in these 3 days, do world PvP and get bloody tokens, because the bloody token gearing is going to be a nice supplement to the conquest system, which is going to basically be doubling up on the number of gear that you're going to be getting. And we haven't really even seen what world PvP is like in these zones. I haven't seen any of the PvP quests, but the PvP quests in Dragonflight were really fun and awesome. So that's going to be something that I really want to explore in this pre-release phase, and honestly even the first week when the season is down, is just world PvP, see if we can work towards that meta achievement for the new B mount that's coming into, and kind of just taking it chill for this first bit of time. So you can either do that, focus on one character, or follow the strategy with all of the alts. But that is it here for my tips, my launch prep guide. I hope you guys enjoyed this list. If you did, make sure to smash the subscribe button and the like button. Your support is greatly appreciated on my long-term journey of getting to 100,000 subscribers. So thank you for coming this far along with me, and I will continue to do my best to be a resource for you all. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one.